Then we get into the 80s.
Wow.
And then we get into the crack era.
Yeah.
Now, did you know Felix Mitchell personally?
You know, the first time that I ever got into a limousine, Felix Mitchell let me sit in his limousine. I was at Dock of the Bay. I was a young comic, and I think I just won a competition or something like that. And Felix Mitchell was sitting in the limousine. I had never been in a limousine, never, you know, I was at that time I had a 67 Volkswagen. And he said, man, you want to sit in there? I said, yeah, man, I just sat in here and sat in there. So, you know, Felix Mitchell was 69th Village and we were 73rd, so.
It's right there.
Yeah, right there.
Okay. What happened when crack first hit Oakland?
When crack first hit Oakland, it was like a movie. It was like an epidemic because you would see selective people suddenly that you knew that was straight suddenly getting weirder and weirder and stranger and stranger. And so you saw the effect of crack hit. You didn't know what it was. It was like suddenly these normal people suddenly on, hey, sir! And you knew. There was nothing you can really do in the hood. It was just like, you know, oh, it got them, and you never know who it would get. Mm-hmm. And then not only that, that's when I started comedy in 87. So here you know, before I even did comedy, the crack epidemic was so incredible that it was hitting our waves, but then it was making dudes rich. Mm-hmm. So here the underlying, you see people just walk, you know, regular people that you know on crack, and then you see, you know, dudes getting money. Then not the bad thing, the death rate. So many people get killed. Mm-hmm. It was just incredible.
Right, because it brought the violence.
And
then the money brought, you know, a higher level of weaponry.
Yeah.
People started using
the
AK-47s and Uzis.
The Uzi changed the game. Uzi changed. That's why you don't see no more karate schools in Oakland.
Right.
Uzi changed the
game. You're not going to chop an Uzi.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. And then, like you said, the millionaires. Yeah. You know, Felix Mitchell was the biggest figure.
Yeah. And you look at it in the black community, you know, I know people will scoff at this, but he was a idol. He was somebody to look up to. Who was there? I mean, I think I did pretty well in my life as far as idols, you know, people, well, you know, but I looked up at Felix Mitchell. He had cars, who else was there? Ain't no sports figure was there. You know, my father was a working man, but I didn't have who was out to look at in that hood? You know, and that's true. And I made it pretty well, but he was somebody we looked at. He had the cars. He had everything.
Oh, yeah. I mean, when he died, he had a procession of like 20 Rolls Royce limousines and horses. There. Oh, you were there. You saw the funeral.
There, of course. I was there.
How crazy was it?
It was incredible. It was something we had never seen. We had never seen Rolls Royce. We had never seen a carriage. We had never seen, you know, it was just an amazing situation. I'm not glorifying it, but it was just something, of course we went. We were from that hood. We had to go look.
Like, did you yourself get mixed up into the drug game at all, or you
Never,
stayed clear?
You know, the Lord blessed me and gave me the path, and I didn't have to do it. You know,
great.
I didn't have to do it, which is which is great.
You might not be here right now.
I might not be here right now. Yeah, definitely. You know, but I'd have been good at it. I would have been good at it. What?
Yeah, of course. When you're good at it,
they tried to kill my wife. I would have did some Denzel. I mean, you have enemies, right? I mean, you're successful. What? You're successful. But the success took a shot at you? What? You rather be unsuccessful, have no friends?
Well, then, with Felix Mitchell passing, Lil D took over. Did you know Lil D back then?
Lil D, yeah, of course.
Daryl Reed.
He was the legend.
Mm-hmm.
He was the Oakland legend.
Yep.
He was the Oakland legend. Yeah, we know Lil D. What? BMWs. He had 320. He had BMW when we was on AC Transit.
Right.
He would give parties at the Turf Center party. It was incredible. Incredible. You had never seen nothing like that. It was opulent. It was incredible. Yeah, he did. He was incredible. Well, we knew Lil D. He was real cool. You know, I was a comedian. I was a budding comedian, and a nod from him was like, yeah, you know. And I said to him, look, do you remember me back then? He said, yeah. He said, you know, Lil D. I remember he was a hood celebrity.
Yep.
He was a hood celebrity. He was the one you wanted to get, you know, who else? He was big. He was big, yeah.
Yeah, I just interviewed him. one point, you were known as the crack king of Oakland.
Yes.
Now, at that age, 18, 19, 20 years old, when you were doing this, did you ever sit back and say, man, I'm making millions of dollars, but I can't ignore the fact that I'm destroying these communities? You have these mothers and grandmothers and children and these crack babies, and these neighborhoods, when I was a kid, when you were a kid, were nice neighborhoods, suddenly were just war torn.
Yeah.
And along with the crack, even though your personal operation may not have been violent, but crack brought an incredible amount of violence. For example, when I interviewed Big U, who's affiliated with the Rollin' 60s,
yeah,
he said that the one thing that, he said the one thing that he noticed that when he got out of prison and saw crack hit LA, that the weapons started to change. The murder rates are happening along with the drug addiction and the communities being destroyed. You saw all this. So did you start to think about any of that during that time?
I wasn't thinking about that at the time, because again, when you young and you getting money, you chasing the money. You not thinking about those things though. You oblivious to those things though, because in your head you feeling like, man, all I'm doing is doing what I got to do to try to get out the neighborhood, But at the same time, like I told you still damaging the neighborhood.
And then when he got caught up, he didn't tell anybody. He took a 35-year sentence.
35 Kingpin, yeah. Excuse me. He took the Kingpin, yeah, the Kingpin law, right?
Yep.
35 to life.
Yep.
Something like that. No possibility of parole. Remember that. When he got popped, I was working at Pay and Save drugstore. And I'll never forget the day. I was working at Pay and Save in Berkeley. And somebody gave me a paper. And I looked at the paper and it said, Little D got arrested. And I remember that day. And that's how big that was. I remember that day, Thank you. Oakland water, brought to you from Lake Merritt, ladies and gentlemen.
Lake Merritt water.
Lake Merritt water. That's right. Don't drink Fuji water. Don't drink all that other. Drink Oakland water. Oakland water. Make you say yee.
So Lil D gets locked up, ends up doing 28 years. Was Lil D pretty much the end of the Oakland drug kingpin?
I don't know.
Well, I just didn't hear any big names.
This hypocrisy of America. I don't know. I mean, I think that when Lil D left, Starbucks took over. They came in. Yeah. Suddenly they rehabilitating the neighborhood. Suddenly you seeing Starbucks popping up. I think the dope trade went liquid. Think about that. You go to Starbucks, they stand in line like they dope fiends. Try to cut one of them lines at Starbucks, you get select. Hi! I'm dead serious. The dope trade went into Starbucks. You don't know what's in that package. They push it to you. They don't hand it to you. Thank you. You'll be back. And you are back.
And you will be back.
Think about that.
Yep. Well, actually, matter of fact, I heard the CEO of Starbucks say, I want everyone in America to have 3 main places they go to: their home, their work, and Starbucks.
Wow. Think about that.
Yeah.
Well, serve some healthier food. Come on, now, they ain't got no kitchen in it. How do you gonna make bacon sandwiches with no kitchen? That's why, hey, who made the bacon sandwich? You got a little hot plate back there? Thank you. They give you so much sodium and so much sugar, you on one. They dope fiends.